Well, if you have been down anywhere near the Trade Centre in the last 24 hours, you will absolutely know that it is Arab Health Week. And one of the UAE's oldest names in healthcare is down there. They're exhibiting, and they've also got some big plans. We're very pleased to hear about those straight from the CEO of Aster Retail, N.S.Balasubramanian. Thank you for joining us, Bala.
Thank you for having me, Brandy.
Let's dive right in with those expansion plans. You've got a joint venture that is going to massively expand the pharmacy base that you have in Saudi Arabia. I know the first dozen or so are open, but how big could you get?
So, Brandy, we are targeting expansion of around 186 to 200 stores in the next 4 to 5 years. As you rightly mentioned, we do have a joint venture with the Abdul Mohsen Hokair group. Our entry into Saudi with our 35-year-old history from the UAE is based on 3 USPs. Number one is our product assortment differentiation. You know, we represent some of the top brands in health and wellness here in the UAE. And all those brands are very, very keen to come with us to the kingdom. Our service excellence, we have been a recipient of the top service excellence awards in the UAE for a number of years. And finally, not last but the least, but our digital health, which is the launch of our My Aster app in Saudi, which we actually plan to do along with the Leap, on the sidelines of the Leap, February 9th and 10th, I think, are the dates.
Okay, we'll talk about the app in a moment, because I'm keen to know how that's going here as well. But when we talk about your move into Saudi, how much is it going to cost you?
I'm sorry?
How much are you investing?
The group has set aside a total of $250 million, something between 900 million Saudi riyals to $1 billion riyals for the overall expansion. But that includes hospitals, clinics, both greenfield and brownfield. So I guess in the pharmacy business, we are planning to invest around 300 million.
What's the plans for hospitals and clinics in Saudi?
We do have our managing director and the hospital CEOs who are working very hard now. And as we speak, we have about 8 to 10 non-binding offers on plate. So our ambition is to get to 1,200 to 1,500 beds in the next 3 to 5 years. We have one asset at the moment in Riyadh, in the Granada district. It's called Aster Sanad Hospital. We are a 300-bedded facility, but the aim is to go 5x in the next 5 years in terms of beds.
Arab News was reporting this week that pharmacy is going to have new Saudization targets by this summer, between sort of 35 to 55% localization, depending on what type of pharmacies they are. What's that going to mean for you?
We are compliant now in our 14-store profile that we have with the 30% Saudization. Actually, I have met with the pharmacists myself in many of the recruitment camps, the local Saudi nationals. They are amazing. I think the local talent is very good, and there is enough and abundant talent. So we think that it will be a great addition to our overall portfolio. Aster has in GCC over 15,000 employees from 52 different nationalities, and we already have a very, very strong Saudi workforce, both from our hospital and in our existing pharmacies.
Okay, well, let's talk about the UAE, 300-odd outlets. Are there room for more?
I think there are. With the kind of growth and development Dubai and UAE is taking place, the development of new communities, I think there is an opportunity for pharmacy retail. And, you know, these days the retail is more focused on health and wellness to spread its wings. So we are targeting another 120 odd stores in the next 5 years here in the UAE.
How much of your business, though, here has shifted on to the My Aster app?
I think My Aster app actually launched just after COVID, and it gained a lot of traction. As you know, it is a complete healthcare ecosystem in which you can book an appointment, do a teleconsultation, get labs ordered to the comfort of your home or office, and you can have e-pharmacy deliver both prescription medicine, and you can have access to over 10,000 products in health and wellness. We currently do around 3,000 orders per day on My Aster, but this is all predominantly the health and wellness products. And our aim is to get to around 10,000 orders per day in the next 12 to 18 months.
So if you were to say roughly, what percentage of your business happens on the app as opposed to in physical stores, what would it look like?
Currently, it's around 10 to 12%. We have around 30,000 people transacting in our brick and mortar stores. And if it's 3,000, so we are around 10 to 12% at this point of time.
I'm really fascinated, though, by what the aggregator apps mean for pharma, because there's so much price discovery on them. If you pop in that you're looking for a certain brand of moisturiser, 5 pharmacies have got it. You can see what everyone's choosing. And for me, at least, it's a price decision because it arrives to my door. I'm not having to go anywhere. It's not on location or distance. How's that affecting you and the brands that you cover?
You're right that the price parity is at times a challenge, but I think one should also remember the source of the products. We do have on aggregators, we do have on the major e-commerce, a lot of resellers actually selling the product. With a business like Aster, you can be sure that the product is sourced from the authorized distributor here in the UAE. So we are also competitive in pricing, but and we do participate in all kinds of promotions and campaigns frequently. And the source is, I think, very important. And with Aster, you can always be sure that you get the right product.
What about the other big competitive pressure with the apps, and that's delivery time?
Yes, and you have popular apps delivering products in less than 15 minutes. Today, our SLA is around 60 minutes. We do deliveries between 50 to 60 minutes, and we are targeting to get to the 30-minute mark in the next, at least within the UAE, in the next 12 months.
How are you going to do that? More riders?
More riders, and also with our expansion of network, possibly some dark stores in some of the communities.
While we've got you, the question that we've been asking every locally owned company recently, and it's the IPO question. You're already public with the Indian business. But for the Gulf business, are there any plans or chats about an IPO?
Look, I think that's probably a question for my managing director or the group CFO, but I can't deny that the potential is there. So probably something in 4 to 5 years' time, but I would keep that question for the MD.
What kind of metrics or what kind of market conditions would that decision hinge on, though? What are the kind of things that would be weighed up?
I think the continued growth and expansion, especially the expansion of the footprint in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, would be a very key determining factor in my opinion. And as I mentioned, the group has already committed to $250 million worth of expansion. So I think it's exciting times ahead for Aster.
All right, N.S.Balasubramanian speaking to us this morning, the CEO of Aster Retail, because it is, of course, Arab Health Week and they are down there. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you for having me.